Welcome to Fuel Motivation. For more videos from your favorite public speakers, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications.
I'm hearing Navy SEAL. Heard about him, knew about him, but now I want to come out and see what the fuck I'm talking about. 'Cause I heard world's toughest. So I come out and watch this documentary. I come out, I had my towel and I had my shake down on the counter. I have this little fucking TV in this huge living room. So I'm looking at the TV and I'm leaning forward and I'm watching this shit. And it pretty much goes through first phase, second phase, and third phase. But they concentrate on Hell Week.
Okay.
But all I saw was the Pacific Ocean.
Right, water again.
Dude, I saw nothing but water. More water than pararescue. And these guys are like going from this big class to this, it shows them quitting. And I see nothing but this jackhammer. Guys, snot bubbles and just rolling around, sugar cookies, in and out of the surf. And carrying these boats and logs. I'm like, fuck that. That shit looks evil. But guys, as they quit, I saw like their soul leaving their bodies almost on screen because this look came over them. And I imagined, I remember myself back in pararescue training. I bet that's how I fucking looked in front of that fucking Sergeant Lundberg. And I bet he could see in my eyes that I was basically quitting. He knew I was quitting. He just gave me a medical. That motherfucker knew it. As a man looking at another man, you know when the man's done. He saved me and didn't want to tell me I was quitting. He knew it. Because I can look at somebody now and say, okay, dude, you're good. But I know you're quitting. It ain't your fucking knee or your back or whatever. You're quitting. He saw that in me. And I said, motherfucker, man. So now I'm watching these guys go through training. And it goes down to 22 guys are left. And it was amazing how it ended. Because these words, I don't know them exactly, but it's in my book exactly. And this commanding officer's at graduation. And these 22 guys graduate BUDS, SEAL training. And his commanding officer's in his dress whites. He's up there, some old skinny fucking commander, but you can tell he's been through the shit. Salty looking motherfucker. And he's looking hard, and this speech was amazing. He goes, we live in a society where mediocrity is often rewarded. And he looked down at the 22 men, and he says something about basically, you all detest mediocrity. And he goes on to talk about this mediocrity and shit. And I just sat back and I said, God, man, I just want to be like these motherfuckers. Man. I want to feel, because now I was projecting myself in those chairs. I want to, how do y'all feel like right now? I want to feel like you do. You 22 men, I want to feel like that, man. I said, I'm tired of feeling the way I feel every day. I'm tired of how I feel. I'm tired of lying to myself and lying to people and just being some piece of shit. And I always knew in the back of my mind I could be something special, but I knew the work it was going to take was going to kill me. I was afraid of that. I was afraid of the brutality and the suffering I was going to have to endure. But I knew I could do something. But I'm like, I ain't trying to do that kind of work, man. I'm just not trying to do that. So I chose the path of the easy, of least resistance. So now my idea is, it became so haunting and daunting on me, myself, that I said, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm going to fix it now. So I must take it. I take all this shit. It's mine. I'm going to fix all this shit. But I know to fix shit, people want to find peace immediately. And this is where people don't like me. I don't believe that shit. You ain't gonna find it through fucking yoga and all this other bullshit. I stretch out a lot and I believe in yoga. All this shit's great, but you ain't gonna find it in some fucking room. You're gonna find peace from going to war with yourself. Because we all got shit. We all got shit. People look at me. The reason why my story resonates with people, because I don't hide. I'll tell you exactly who the fuck I am. I will admit to it. People are great at hiding. So they want to just find peace. No, you got to take your shit, fix whatever's fucked up in you. Don't just shove it under the rug. Fix it, and then you'll find some peace later after you fix some shit. So now I'm realizing this. I go home. Several months go by, and now I'm like, okay, here we go. It's time to be a Navy SEAL. I start calling these fucking recruiters, man. And when you're 297 pounds and you have prior service, man, recruiters laugh at your ass, dude. This program that I was trying to get into, because I was in the reserves. And I was going to go from the reserve program to an active duty SEAL. So this program was shutting down. And I was going to be in the last class, like one or two classes left before it shut down. So I had about 3 months to get the weight standard. 106 pounds. So the standard for a 6'1" person back then, 6'1", I forget what it was 191.
Okay.
And I was 297. So I pretty much said, fuck this. This pretty much can't work for me, man. This is impossible. So I go back to work spraying for cockroaches and I hit the mother load. Like I hit the mother load of cockroaches, rodents and everything. And I go out to the dumpster and these animals, I was like, fuck, I'm done. So I quit my job right then. Actually, the boss had to come to I quit. The boss had to come looking for me to get the truck back. I left work. So he had to come to my house. Okay. I didn't even go to work again. So all these restaurants, I had the keys to them all, the fucking alarm codes. All the keys were in the fucking truck. Like he had to come by and knock on my door and say, but he brought some friends with him. I was 297 pounds. Like,
right, it's a big dude.
I need some fucking backup.
Dude, right.
I'm like, here, dude, I'm out. And so I had now started my journey. And so now I'm like, I'm losing the fucking weight. But my first run was 4 miles. As I'm driving the truck back home from quitting my job. I drive home, I get my shoes on, and I run a 1/4 mile. Come home crying. Exhausted. Because I used to, I haven't run in like years. I remember back when I was 175.
Yeah.
Running was easy. I was one of the fastest runners in class. So now, it's just hard, man. I'm fat, I'm out of shape. And I was just defeated because now I was 175. I was in good shape. Yeah. And I got myself into a bigger hole now. Yeah. And now I got to lose this weight and I got to take the ASVAB again to get in the Navy. So I got to take that. So I took that fucker 2 more times. Because the first time I passed it, but I had to get a 50 on mechanical comprehension. So there's like 10 different sections. Yeah. Had to get a 50. I got a 44. You can only get a waiver for 5 points. So I had to take it again. And guess what happened? It's in the book really well. It's exactly what happened. I take the ASVAB test and I took it, and now they have computers. Back when I took it the first time, it's like all like Scantron shit. Yeah. So now I see a computer, so now I'm freaking out. Oh my God, it's on the computer. So I take it, and the sergeant in charge of the ASVAB test isn't supposed to tell you what you got. Okay. So I take it for my second time and my last time. They're not gonna let me take it again. So I'm now down to 215 pounds. I'm losing the weight, but now I take the ASVAB test for the second time to get in the Navy. As I leave, I get out to my car, and I'm like, this is my life, man. I gotta find out what I got in this fucking test. Because usually it takes 2 days to get the results back. But they get them immediately. Once you hit send, that guy gets it right there. So I'm like, fuck that, man. I go back in. I go, hey, man, can you please? He goes, man, this is fucking military protocol. I'm not breaking it for you. I'm like, people are still taking the fucking test. I'm like crying. I'm like, man, you don't understand what I've been through, man. I'm like, this is my life. Please, I'm begging this guy, please let me know what I got. So he scrolls through, he sees David Goggins, he goes, you got a 65. I go, great. I don't care about that.
Mechanical.
That was my overall score. I go, what did I get on mechanical? He goes, you're asking a lot from me, man. I go, please, man, like I have to get a 50 on mechanical. He scrolls over, I got exactly a 50. Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness? Yeah. How that motherfucker, when he runs in the stairs, he gets a job, and like your hair stands up the back of your neck because he worked so hard to get this shit. When I left that ASVAB and it's nighttime, I'm getting in my car, it felt like that.
Did it?
Something came over. It felt like I truly accomplished. Even though I passed it before, but now I know I'm all in. You know what's funny? I haven't celebrated since then. Because I needed that to start the war. Wow. Without that, the celebration was I can start the war now. It wasn't that I won the war. I can start my war. Wow. That's what made me, that's why I haven't celebrated since. I'm always in that battle. Yeah. I have peace, but I'm in this battle every fucking day. Yeah. So I got to 50, I can start war now. I'm down to 215, I have about another month to go, or whatever it is to fucking lose the weight. I dropped the weight. I'm in SEAL training now.
Amazing.
The war now can begin.
Wow.